All right, let's set the scene. Imagine we're heading deep into the African bush, right at that magic hour when the sun is setting. We're on the hunt for something so elusive it feels more like a ghost than an actual animal, a true shadow of the savannah. Let the search begin.
You can almost feel it, right? The incredible heat of the day just melts away. The sky explodes into those amazing purples and oranges, and this deep quiet starts to settle over the landscape of Botswana. And then, out of that total silence, something stirs. It's not a big, dramatic entrance. It's subtle. A little rustle in the tall, dry grass. Just a flicker of movement.
Now, your first thought might be one of the big guys, right? A lion, maybe a leopard on the prow, but no. This is something else entirely. It's smaller, it's quieter, and it's moving with a kind of purpose that isn't about a big, powerful chase.
So what is it? What on earth can move with that much stealth? It's like a ghost in its own backyard. So let's pull back the curtain a little bit on this enigma of the African night. The creature we're after is the Aardvark. Yeah, the Aardvark. Its name literally means earth pig, but honestly, it's unlike anything else out there. With that crazy long nose and those huge, sensitive ears, you can tell every single part of it is perfectly designed for a life lived completely in secret. But how does it do it? How does this creature manage to live almost entirely hidden from our view? Let's dig into its secrets. You know, the Aardvark basically lives a perfect double life. By day, gone. It's fast asleep deep down in these amazing burrows where the sand keeps it cool from that brutal African sun. But when night falls, a totally different animal comes out, a super focused, methodical hunter. And this nightly hunt isn't just a casual stroll. It's a silent, absolutely vital mission. And the Aardvark? Well, it has a very special set of tools that make it a true master of its craft. Okay, get ready for this fact because it's kind of mind-blowing. A single Aardvark can dig faster than 10 grown men with shovels. Just let that sink in for a second. We're not talking about just digging. This is excavating at an unbelievable speed. That's not a skill, my friend. That is a superpower. And this just lays out the whole process perfectly. So first, those giant ears pivot around, tuning into a sound that we would totally miss. The tiny, soft hum of a termite colony deep underground. Once it's locked on target, bam, those powerful claws get to work, just tearing through packed earth like it's nothing. And if any danger shows up, say a hyena, that same digging power becomes the ultimate escape plan. It just vanishes back into the earth. This quote comes from a scientist who was desperately trying to get a picture of one on a trail camera. He knew termites had been eaten, he could see the evidence, but the proof was so frustrating. No clear photo, no sound, nothing. Just this fleeting shadow with those unmistakable long ears. It just perfectly captures how phantom-like this animal really is. But here's where the Aardvark's story gets even more incredible. It goes way beyond just its own survival. This quiet, solitary creature actually has a massive, unseen impact on its entire ecosystem. You could call it an accidental architect, or maybe the savannah's secret landlord. Okay, so given how important they seem to be, you'd think we'd have a pretty good idea of how many there are, right? So how many are out there? The simple answer is we have absolutely no idea. Aardvarks are just so good at being invisible, so deeply shy and secretive, that trying to count them is almost impossible. The mystery just continues. So the really crucial part of the story is what the Aardvark leaves behind. These massive tunnel systems don't just collapse. Oh no, they become prime real estate for a huge list of other animals. We're talking warthogs, pythons, owls. Dozens and dozens of species move right into these pre-dug burrows. And let's be clear, this isn't just a nice little convenience for them, it's a lifeline. In a place with extreme heat and sudden floods, these burrows are often the only shelter around. So the Aardvark, without even trying, becomes what we call a keystone species, an animal that the whole community really depends on to survive. And as the sun starts to rise, the whole cycle comes to a close. The Aardvark finishes its nightly work and heads back to its burrow. But it doesn't just crawl inside, it performs one last vanishing act, sealing the entrance behind it with a neat plug of soil. And just like that, it's gone, as if it were never there at all. The sand is smooth, the bush is quiet, and the silent tracker rests, leaving behind nothing but a deeper mystery, and the homes that will shelter so many others through the long, hot day.